Can dogs predict earthquakes? Dogs are amazing creatures with abilities that almost seem supernatural. Obviously, dogs don't get their extra special abilities from magic, they simply have the ability to sense things that humans cannot. They can, for instance, detect unseen high-pitched sounds and smells. Is it possible that these extraordinary senses could also assist them in predicting earthquakes? Animals have been reported to behave strangely in advance of an earthquake since 373 BC. Anecdotal evidence suggests that dogs exhibit unusual behavior from seconds to days before an earthquake. However, neither the mechanism by which dogs might be used to predict tremors nor any conclusive scientific evidence suggests that they are able to do so. Sensing P waves is one possibility for early earthquake detection. Waves that travel out from the earthquake source are different for each one. A compressional wave known as a P wave causes the ground to shake in the opposite direction of its movement. It moves more quickly than the larger S wave, also known as a shear wave, which shakes the ground in the opposite direction of the wave. Due to its faster speed, the smaller P wave arrives seconds before the larger S wave, but most people don't notice it. Because dogs have sharper senses, it's possible that they are reacting to P waves before humans realize anything is wrong. That does not support the idea that dogs can anticipate earthquakes hours or even days in advance, despite the possibility that it could explain a dog's ability to sense danger within seconds of an earthquake. Could they be spotting other early signs like the Earth's magnetic field shifting or the ground tilting? Dogs might be hearing the high-pitched underground seismic activity of rocks grinding and scraping together before an earthquake, which is one possible explanation. Dr. Stanley Coren's research backs up this idea. When Dr. Coren happened to collect data the day before a Pacific Northwest level 6.8 earthquake, he was looking into whether dogs can have seasonal affective disorder. His data included the levels of activity and anxiety in 200 dogs who lived in Vancouver, Canada, a city that was impacted by the earthquake. 47% of the dogs were significantly more active and 49% showed a significant increase in anxiety the day before the earthquake. Compared to the steady daily averages that had been collected up until that point, this marked a significant rise. The dog's behavior shifts appear to be most likely caused by the approaching earthquake. But what did they feel? Dr. Coren looked into the data because he thought they might be hearing seismic activity. All but one of the 14 dogs in his study did not exhibit the increased activity or anxiety of the other dogs, despite having hearing impairments. It's possible that they were unaware of what was bothering their fellow dogs. It is interesting to note that the one hearing-impaired dog that did exhibit anxiety lived with a normal hearing dog, therefore, it is possible that he was reacting to a change in the behavior of his housemate. Because ear flaps partially block incoming sounds, as seen in floppy-eared dogs, Dr. Coren also looked at the shape of the ears. In his research, he divided the dogs into those with prickly ears and those with floppy ears. The day before the earthquake, the dogs with pricked ears showed more activity and anxiety than dogs with floppy ears, possibly because they could hear more of the seismic activity. Dr. Coren grouped the dogs in his study according to the size of their heads to further investigate the possibility that the dogs were hearing high-pitched sounds. Dogs with smaller heads should have sensed more earthquake predictor sounds because mammals with smaller heads are better able to hear higher frequencies than mammals with larger heads. In point of fact, when compared to the dogs with the largest head sizes, the dogs with the smallest heads tended to exhibit significantly higher levels of activity and anxiety prior to the earthquake. This raises the possibility that dogs are being warned about an approaching earthquake by hearing high-frequency seismic sounds. It appears that dogs may be able to predict earthquakes, at least under the right conditions, despite the fact that Dr. Coren's research is only one study involving one earthquake. Dogs may be able to sense that something unusual is taking place if a quake makes enough high-frequency noise in the days leading up to it.